15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Hello everybody, welcome back on the 15-Minute Monday on the Success Blueprint. It is this time of the week, your supercharged episode for the week, a bit of energy. You can listen to it on the way to gym, on the treadmill, on the way to work. And I'm glad that you're back, glad that you're listening again, glad that you're giving me the time of the day again. And let's get right into it because I don't want to waste your time. Today, let's talk about designing work-life integration for the times that we live in. Let's disrupt the balance myth and see if it's possible to build a life where your work, wellness, and worth align. Tribe, sometimes I ask myself, what if the reason that we're exhausted isn't because we're doing too much, but because our lives are designed around the wrong framework? That's something that I constantly question, and I'm sure you do the same. For years, we've tried to find work-life balance. It's this tidy title, a little concept that says split your day into two neat halves, give each part equal time, and voila, you're fulfilled, successful, stress-free. Sounds good, right? But tribe, let's be honest. Has it ever worked for you? This is a serious question. Answer in the comment section if you want. Today, balance isn't just outdated, it's dangerous. It tricks us into thinking life is a skill, when in reality, it's a symphony. Your work, your wellness, your relationships, your passions, they don't need to compete. They just need to flow. That's something that I've created in my life that works very well for me, and it's the flow. We're not living in an area of 9 to 5 anymore. We're living in an era where your inbox sleeps next to you. Your meetings follow you into weekends, and even your downtime is pressured to be productive. Balance doesn't stand a chance in this environment. That's as simple as it is. And so we burn out, not because we're weak, but because we're using an old operating system in a new world. So in today's episode, we're rewriting the rules. I want you to learn why balance is a myth, what real integration looks like, and exactly how to redesign your life around what truly matters without sacrificing your ambition or your peace. This isn't about managing time better. It's about managing your energy, your identity, and environment with purpose. You're not broken. The model you've been given is. And that's the reality. Let's change that. And we're going to start right now. So what's the problem here? Burnout used to be seen as personal failure. Something that happened to people who couldn't handle the heat. But in truth, today burnout is no longer a symptom of weakness. It's a natural response to a life of sustained disconnection. Disconnection from your body, your boundaries, your joy, and most tragically, yourself. You might feel like exhausted but unable to sleep. Like you're constantly racing, your mind is racing, that anxiety, that insomnia, everything hunting you. Productive but deeply unfulfilled. Present at work but absent in your own life. This is something that everyone struggles with. People struggle with it, and the struggle gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You're doing everything right, but you're still not okay. And here's why. Let me share it with you. The problem isn't that you're doing too much. The problem is that your life has been designed around a model that forces your roles to compete instead of cooperate. This old model, work here, live there, no longer works in a hybrid digital, always-on world. And chasing balance in this context isn't just futile, it's exhausting. You feel guilty when you're not working. You feel guilty when you are. And you've lost the ability to tell where you end and your responsibilities begin. Burnout today is not the crash. It's the slow, invisible disappearance of your vitality, creativity, and presence. And what happens when this all culminates? Let's talk about what this really costs you, because the effects aren't just emotional, they're existential. Cognitively, your brain becomes trapped in survival mode. You lose access to the prefrontal cortex, where critical thinking, empathy, and strategic decision-making happen. Emotionally, you become numb. You don't cry. You don't laugh. You just get through the day. You just survive. It's just this mechanism that you follow every single day. And then you wonder what happened to this year. It's gone already. Psychologically, chronic stress destroys your immune system, disrupts digestion, damages sleep quality, and accelerates aging. Relationally, you withdraw. Conversations become transactions. You're with your family, but you're not with them because you're on your phone all the time. You're checking emails. You're waiting for this next message from your boss that's going to get you onto your toes. And professionally, you may be showing up, but you're not leading. You're operating from delegation and not vision. Burnout is not just being tired. It's about becoming a stranger in your own life. And the worst part of it, it's often rewarded. The work culture that we live in, they will make you believe it's a good thing. And that is what is so dangerous about it. Our culture praises the person who's always available, always grinding, always sacrificing. But what's the point of reaching the top if you've burned the ladder, the view, and yourself in the process? But where's the help? Well, the help is coming right now because as per usual, here your 5-step framework with clear action steps so that you can turn this around if you can resonate with what I've been telling you. The answer isn't more balance. It's work-life integration, where your calendar reflects your values, your energy is protected like capital, and success doesn't come at the cost of your soul. So let's start. Step number 1, audit your energy zones, not your time blocks. Start tracking not when you're busy, but when you're energized, creative, drained, or disconnected throughout your day. Use categories like peak focus, slump, recovery, flow state. Do this for 5 to 7 days, and then you will see patterns will emerge. Maybe you're sharp from 8 to 11, but crash after lunch. Maybe meetings drain you while solo work energizes you. Now, realign your most critical tasks with your best energy zones. Don't force brilliance out of fatigue. Optimize your workflow to match your brain's natural rhythms. That's a powerful recipe right there that you can use, and it works. I do that in my own life, and I hand it to my clients. Step number 2, identify and rewrite your invisible rules. You are living according to an internal rule book you didn't write. Rules like, if I'm not available, I'm letting people down. If I rest, I fall behind. If I say no, I'm selfish. These rules are inherited from parents, culture, trauma, or simply ego. Write down your top 5 unspoken rules about work, life, and self-worth. And then challenge each one by asking, is this rule helping me live or just survive? Rewrite one rule this week with something empowering like, let me give you an example, I don't earn rest. I need rest to earn results. That's as simple as it is. And you do this for all the other points as well. And if you do need assistance with something like that, please reach out to me. I do CBT coaching as well, neuro-linguistic programming as well. So if you need to rewire things, look at the activating events and then find real strategies to change the behaviors, you can reach out to me. I can add you to my application, allocate some exercises for you that you can do self-paced and online, and I will help you rewire this entire framework. Step number 3, build integration through micro moments. I want you to forget about grand gestures. Burnout doesn't need a sabbatical. It needs moments of connection woven into your day. I want you to try this. 90 seconds of mindful breathing between meetings. Listening to music while cooking dinner instead of checking emails. Sharing one gratitude moment with your partner at night. Or with your family, your kids, it doesn't matter. A quick walk in sunlight instead of scrolling. These are not time wasters. They're energy reinvestments. When strung together, they create a day that feels human, not robotic. Step number 4, design asymmetric boundaries based on life's real flow. Life is not 50-50. Stop trying to force balance when you need alignment. Set boundaries that reflect your season, not society. For example, mornings are sacred. Equals no calls before 10 a.m. Fridays are deep work only. Equals no meetings. Evenings equals 1 hour phone-free block. Weekends equals inbox post, family prioritized. These boundaries are containers for freedom, not restrictions. They help you show up fully wherever you are without the ghost of other responsibilities looming. And if you watch, even as a CEO that apparently works 24/7, you can still manage to go to a Coldplay concert with your sidekick. So at the end of the day, it's just about looking at your schedule and blocking out times for the things that energize your soul. You can ask Coldplay, you can ask another person. I'm sure you've seen all about it. Step number 5, anchor your week with a realignment ritual. Once a week, ask these 4 questions. What energized me this week? What drained me? What's one boundary I need to reinforce? What do I want more of in my next 7 days? Do this Sunday night or Monday morning, journal it, reflect, then adjust your week accordingly. This 10-minute ritual helps you make conscious decisions instead of slipping into unconscious burnout loops. Integration isn't a one-time shift. It's a lifestyle you choose weekly, every single day. That's what I do with my life. That's why my life aligns, why it flows, why it makes me happy. And yes, will you have the odd punch where you need to work a bit harder? Of course that will happen. There's emergencies, there's clients that will book you out for 7 days, and there's onboarding of new people. There will always be something that is going to push the envelope. But as long as you stay in control and you get back to the basic principles and routines and your frameworks, that's when you keep control. But people don't do it. They forget it, and then they just snap into autopilot and you consistently just on the hamster wheel. So what's the deeper meaning here? This isn't about time management. It's about identity stewardship. When you integrate your life, you reclaim all the fragmented parts of you. The leader, the parent, the dreamer, the healer, the human. Work-life integration says, I don't need to separate who I am to succeed. I bring all of me to all I do. Your life is not a spreadsheet, it's a symphony. And when all your parts play in harmony, that's when you feel whole again. That's when you find back to your true, authentic self. Look at Arianna Huffington, collapsed from burnout and turned that breakdown into a breakthrough. She now leads a wellness empire where employees are encouraged to nap, unplug, and reset because performance without presence is unsustainable. You look at Jeff Weiner, former LinkedIn CEO, intentionally schedules blank time in his calendar called buffers to decompress, think, and reflect. That's not laziness, it's executive level recovery. You, yes, you can begin this today. Not with a radical life overhaul, but with a 10-minute reflection, a 5-minute breathing practice, or a bold boundary that says, I matter too. Let me give you some advanced strategies from neuroscience. Polyvagal theory. Burnout activates your sympathetic nervous system, fight and flight. So to reset, engage the vagus nerve through slow exhalations, humming, cold showers, or deep eye contact. These calm your system and restore safety. Neuroplasticity. You can rewire your brain to default to calm, purpose, and energy by repeating restorative routines. The more you practice micro-integration, the more your brain sees it as normal and starts craving it. That's neuroplasticity. You can learn new behaviors. You can rewire your brain. It's powerful. I help clients with this every single day. Cognitive load theory. Every decision you make burns brain fuel. Integration reduces decision fatigue by anchoring your week in values-driven habits, not reactive chaos. Let me give you your immediate implementation weekly challenge. Your 7-day work-life integration challenge. And here is how you can start today. Number 1, audit your energy highs, lows daily for 1 week. Number 2, rewrite one invisible rule that's hurting you. Number 3, integrate 3 micro moments of joy into each day. Number 4, set one powerful boundary this week and stick to it. And number 5, complete your weekly alignment ritual next Sunday night. And then please write me a comment, send me a message, tag me. Wherever you follow me on social media, let me know that you've done it. Try it out. This is so powerful, I promise you. And if this episode could be the turning point for someone you love, share it, send it, post it, copy the link of the episode, share it on Facebook Messenger, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you communicate with your people, or just share it to your own social media. Leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Follow me on Instagram under mindworks_coaching for daily high performance reminders. Get deeper, coaching tools and resources at MindWorksBiz. There I got a whole lot of things that you can look at. And if you reach out to me, there's much more information that I can give you. It is time to rewrite the narrative and change that story around. And let us not forget Doc Marty Mushrooms, our sponsor. Functional mushroom blends for focus, clarity, energy, and immune support. If you want to try Doc Marty, he's as passionate about mushrooms as I am about people. Go to docmarty.com and support the brain that supports your mission. If you use the discount code DAN20, DAN20, you get an exclusive to the Success Blueprint 20% discount on your first purchase. Head over to docmarty.com. It's worth it. Trust me. And I want to leave you with one thought. You were not designed to constantly hustle, grind, and collapse. You were designed to create, to lead, to connect, to live. And that begins when you stop chasing balance and start designing integration. Don't settle for burnout, disguised as ambition. Reclaim your rhythm, redesign your life. And I'll see you next Monday, aligned, awake, and unstoppable. That was Daniel Craig Johnson, your host on the Success Blueprint. With my promise, I'll be back. Take care, tribe.